Alrighty, guys. Good afternoon. It's the snowstorm of 2015 is underway here. Um, and you can see it's already getting off to a quick start. Roads are covered. The grass is starting to get covered, although we still do have a light accumulation, but nothing real. But it is enough to make things a little bit slick out there, especially if you're on the side roads. So do be careful if you have to head out this afternoon. If you're going to head out, do it now because it's going to get much. The snow's going to start picking up as we head into the evening hours, into the overnight period. All right, guys. So basically, the snow generally started across the metro area right around or just before 1 o'clock. It did start here just around quarter till one. So definitely a bit earlier than the 4 to 5 o'clock time frame I was looking at yesterday. But it won't affect the snow totals by any stretch of imagination. Still sticking with my snowfall accumulation forecast of 7 to 10 inches, but however, 7 to 10 inches. But I am looking at some of the short range guidance, and it's showing a band of 10 to 12 inches of snow. That's a foot. 10 to 12 inches of snow setting up somewhere across the Richmond metro area, extending west into Lynchburg, and maybe into Roanoke. And where exactly it'll set up is a bit uncertain. We don't know exactly where, but we do know somebody in the metro area might exceed 10 inches. We just don't know exactly who at this point. So we'll see. We all know who will get lucky and might hit the magic foot number, hit the magic 12-inch number, and so it actually is happening. So we'll still keep an eye on it nonetheless, and we'll keep you guys keep you guys updated throughout the evening. Snow right now. As of right now, the snow coming down at a light to moderate clip. It's actually become a little bit more steady throughout the past couple hours. Earlier today when it initially started, of course, as expected. It was just mainly in the form of flurries and light snow. But it is picked up a bit, and we have started seeing some in the way of accumulation. So, so that's the deal with that. And of course, we expected to pick it up into tonight, into the overnight period. Into the overnight period where we could see rates maybe exceeding 1 to 2 inches an hour at times. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. And that is going to be the key here to our snowfall forecast. If we get some decent snowfall rates throughout this evening and overnight tonight, we should be in good shape as far as the snowfall forecast is concerned. So do bear that in mind. That is one of the keys to the forecast. Initially, I was a little bit worried about the dry air at onset because sometimes that might eat into the snow totals. Dry air at onset, it would prevent snow from initially hitting the ground, but it really didn't take too long for the snow. I mean, it would work its way to the surface. Maybe it took around generally 30 minutes. It took maybe generally around 30 minutes to maybe an hour, but not too long. So not enough to really, not even close to enough to change my thinking. But let's take a look at the type of snow we have because temperatures across the area, we're looking at them in the upper teens, low 20s, and this is the kind of snow we've got right here. See, this is the kind of snow that can easily be brushed off your vehicle like a broom, so just like a broom. Like dirt, off your kitchen floor. So I mean, this is pretty easy snow to sweep off. So it won't be the ideal snowball snow we will get, but once the snow tapers off tomorrow into tomorrow afternoon, once the snow tapers off tomorrow morning, you might be able to get better snow for making snowman. But right now, we're just not going to get it because the temperatures are so cold, and that's what's going to also enhance our snowfall accumulations. The cold temperatures will enhance the snowfall ratio, so we could be looking at generally your typical snowfall ratios would be the 10 inches of snow for every inch of liquid, right? 10 to 1. But if temperatures get cold enough, you might get 15. Like in this case, we got temperatures in the low 20s, upper teens. You're gonna get temperatures. You're gonna get temperatures. You're gonna get snowfall ratios 15 inches for every inch of liquid, or maybe even a little higher in some spots, depending on how cold they get. So this is something interesting to watch. This will be a big time snow. This will really help with our snowfall totals across the area. And but let's take a look through the hour-by-hour period. Okay, we got the snow moving in right now a little bit earlier than expected, but won't change a little bit earlier than expected, but does absolutely nothing to change our snowfall totals. Light to moderate right now. We'll pick up throughout the overnight period. We'll pick up as we head on to the evening hours. I'd say somewhere around 4 or 5 o'clock is when we start getting the heavier returns moving in, radar returns moving into the area. And then that will be lasting into the tonight, into the overnight period. And I do think by 3 or 4 o'clock, we'll begin to see the thing taper off. Now, right around that time frame, around the wee hours in the morning, there is a little bit of a concern of some sleet mixing in. However, I just don't know about that. At this point, I just don't know about it because one of the really reliable short-range models, the RPM. This is one of the models this is the model that has been really, really good. I mean, it's been almost pretty much spot on within its time frame. Has shown like the mixing line way back into way further southeast. But if you're if you're tuning in from maybe southeast, from maybe Chester, and wondering about that, because I know you guys have been hearing about your potential for sleet mixing in, or down Chesterfield. It's still a possibility, but it's becoming less likely at this point. I do think this will stay an all-snow event for Richmond Metro. Now, down towards the Tri-Cities, you might get a little bit of sleet mixing in, but even down there, I'm not so sure about. I'm just not so sure about it. Now, as we head towards Williamsburg, there might be some sleet mixing in down towards Williamsburg. Could be some snow, but in further southeast, your guys are definitely going to end up seeing some sleet mixing in. But you guys could change over to back over to a brief period of snow before it's all said and done by tomorrow morning. That is a concern. That's one thing we're going to be watching tonight. And the snow will all come to an end. All precipitation will come to an end by the morning commute tomorrow, probably around 7 or 8 a.m. from west to east. Earlier if you're west, later if you're east. So that is the deal with that. So basically, my snowfall accumulation totals: 7 to 10 inches for Richmond. Again, where that heavy, in some areas could get higher, especially depending on where that heavy band sets up. 4 to 8 inches across northern Virginia. Say if you're around Stanton, Harrisonburg, Washington D.C. Let's see, Washington D.C., Winchester, and those areas. I'm expecting 4 to 8 inches. It won't be There won't be the mixing that's a problem. It'll be the fact that you're just too far to the north to see anything, to see the bulk of the snow. 4 to 8 inches is still a good snowfall, but I just don't think you guys will see. I just don't see the bulk of the snowfall reaching that far north for you guys. But like I said though, 4 to 8 inches still a pretty good snowfall, so enjoy. And now down towards southwest Virginia, this is a little bit of a tricky forecast down southwest Virginia. Some of the guidance has been really hinting at some foot-plus totals down there as you head down towards Blacksburg, Radford, Roanoke, even though maybe say Lexington, maybe even Lynchburg that might even cash in on that band. And towards maybe further southwest, towards Bluefield, West Virginia. Those areas, I do think, those areas could end up picking up over a foot of snow. I do think those areas could end up picking up over a foot of snow. So this could be a pretty good deal for you guys down there. Now further southeast, it's a pretty good deal for you guys down there. It just depends on how far north that mix line gets. I don't think he'll get any further north than Bristol or Wytheville, but again, there's something we have to keep an eye on as we head into the evening for you guys. Now as we head southeast of here, maybe the Tri-Cities. I might have to move that 4 to 7, that 7 to 10 inch a little bit further southeast, but I do expect 3 to 7 inches if you're in the Tri-Cities area, Williamsburg. Probably for you guys up at Williamsburg, Tri-Cities, guys would probably be on the high ends of that, maybe around 5 to 7 inches. But places like Wakefield, Emporia, maybe Wakefield, Emporia, I do think you guys will see around the order of, I do think in Wakefield and Emporia, I do think you guys will see around the order of 3 to 4 inches. Could not rolling out a couple of 5-inch totals, but we'll see. Alright guys, and then as we head further southeast, you guys will start out as Norfolk, Hampton Roads. You guys will start out as some snow, as snow. You guys could end up getting 1 to 3, maybe 4 inches of snow, and especially up towards Newport News and Hampton. I think that's where we'll see the highest totals in that region. Virginia Beach. But I do think you guys will change over to some sleet. Now originally we're thinking that freezing rain was going to be a problem, but it's really bad. They're really bad. Guidance has really backed off on that idea, so that is some good news. But still think sleet will be a problem down there. We'll really cut into the totals, unfortunately. Again, so that is the deal with that. All right, folks. Well, I'll have more updates throughout the afternoon and evening. Until then, have a happy snow day. Shoot.